Welcome to the Jackie Griffin Show. I am here with my co-host who's been missing in action for the last few weeks, Mr. Darnell Lee.
How you doing today?
Good. Welcome back. Welcome
Glad
back.
to be back. Glad to be back.
Well, you've come at a great time because we are launching, or I am launching, something that God put in my spirit called the Moms Make a Difference movement.
Oh, man.
And
Make a
yes, we do. Yes, we do. But dads do too. I'm not
Okay.
leaving you.
So-
I'm not leaving you guys out. I just want women to feel more empowered, inspired, to know that we set the tone in the home
Okay.
for you guys and for the children. So we make a big difference.
You do.
But that's one of the reasons why we have such a powerful show today that is focusing on powerful women
Okay.
who are making movements in this world today. And so this show is dedicated today
Okay.
to moms who are making a difference. All the ladies on the show today are fantastic moms.
Well, I'm happy to be sitting beside a powerhouse mom. You make a difference.
To God be the
It's
glory.
going to be a great show today.
It is. It really is. But I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
Don't stay gone that long no more. Okay?
I promise I'm back.
All right. All right. Well, we have, well, first, let me make a plug for the Moms Make a Difference movement. I'm launching it on March 21st here at the Creative Hub.
Okay.
It'll be from 2 until 5 p.m.
You don't kill. No.
Yes.
You're going to be right
Saturday, 2 to 5 p.m. And I want you to come out, go to eventbrite.com, buy your tickets. The first 20 people that register early and buy their tickets going to get a little surprise. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you're going to get a little extra something when you get here.
Something.
But I hope you all come out and support. We're going to have a real good time. And the goal of it is just to empower and inspire moms to know that what you're doing is working. Keep doing it, and you're going to make a difference in your kids' lives.
You sure will.
Today, we have a powerful woman who's making a difference in her kids and everybody else's lives. Her name is Mrs. Jewell Allen, and she's the founder of For Women Only. Hi.
How you doing?
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now, who is Miss Jewell Allen?
Who is Miss Jewell Allen? A woman that wears many hats, of whom I am very blessed to wear the head of mother. I first want to congratulate you on your launch. Absolutely amazing. Moms make a difference because we absolutely do.
You do.
The
You do.
dads. The dads do too.
Well, for y'all, we wouldn't be here, right?
You got that right. They are the kids. But with that being said, I am a woman first who is absolutely geared to inspire and encourage and empower others. I'm a founder and director of an adult women's organization called For Women Only. We're celebrating 8 years this year, which is absolutely amazing.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And the women are amazing, filled with a lot of mothers, single moms, married moms, moms who are doing it on their own, women who desire to be moms, moms who have lost. And I'm excited because I've had the opportunity to be a mother to children who, were not my own, but they are my own.
Correct.
And I'm blessed today because my son, my biological son, is celebrating 7 months today. So I'm excited to be wearing that new hat as a biological mother. But I
Awesome.
feel like I've been a mother all along.
So you got all that practice, and now you
Yeah,
you know what to do with
I
him.
appreciate the practice. And for those who know and who hold the hat of taking care of children who may not be your own, I like to think of it as indeed a gift, and a gift that only God can give, because everybody isn't taking on that responsibility in a major way. They're doing it, some women are doing it because they want the man and don't want nothing to do really with the children. But because of some of the issues that I had in bearing a child, I took it, very seriously. I felt like, okay, God, well, if you're not going to do it for me yet, then these are the blessings that you've given me. So let me pour my all into them. And they are just amazing. They have each touched my life in a major way.
So let me ask you a question. Last name Allen, right?
Yes, last name
You
Allen.
kin to Debbie Allen?
Debbie Allen. No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
You
I just wanna make
tried it,
sure.
but they say I look like a little bit,
Okay.
so maybe we might be. I don't know.
So
Wait.
let me ask you. You talked about blended families.
Yes.
A lot of families are coming together in the blended family mode, and you experienced that firsthand. What was that like?
Well, starting out and having been married before, and now I'm married to a wonderful husband who's been a best friend
Can you give
of
a shout out to your
17
husband?
years. Yes, hey, boo. Hey, TJ. Yes, he's the greatest. And you know, when you wait on God, He does it well.
Okay.
But it hasn't always been easy playing that role and desiring a child of your own. It was hard some days. You know, you spend a lot of days on your knees because, especially if you don't have that relationship, because that's the most important key is fostering positive relationships with the biological parents. And sometimes that road was rough. But I am thankful today that my daughter, who I had with my husband, me and her mom, you know, that's my baby mama. She called me her baby mama, and we are definitely blended. And it's something that is not talked about often. You know, the
So
tri.
you do have a great relationship with your
Yes,
biological mom?
we have a great relationship, and it wasn't always easy
So
with
you
the
took the boxing
relationship.
gloves off, or you?
No, we didn't get that far. We didn't get that far. But I will say this: having had experienced it in a prior marriage, I was guarded. You know, coming into what God had for me, I was definitely guarded, and I wanted to take the guard down. And it wasn't until God blessed me with my own, because we were great in the beginning, and I had to let her know, I'm good. I've been here before, and I just don't want. When it get uneasy, nobody wants an uncomfortable place.
Right.
But it's those uncomfortable places that, if we look at it, really create opportunities for us to foster these relationships. You never just get positive from a lot of negative stuff. And I'm grateful because we used the opposition place we were in, the whole girl, let me tell you something, I'm gonna tell you something. But when you really get to sit down and dialogue, you begin to hear some things,
It's
and
about the
really
child.
exactly it's about the child, the best interest. Yeah. And as long as we committed to that, and that's what we did commit to, everything else just kind of fell in place. So I'm
And
excited.
and that's awesome because that's really the key.
Yeah.
It's really not about you guys.
Exactly.
If you need to find common ground, and that's just the same things with fathers. If the father is not in the picture and you have single mothers,
Yes.
it's not about you anymore. You
Hmm.
know how you feel about him or he feels about you. It's about what's gonna be the best thing to make this child successful.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Miss Jackie. Because the thing is, people often come to me because they see how we're speaking now, and everybody is excited about how good things are going. And the commitment we made was we both have love that runs very deep.
Mhm.
Her love biologically, my love God definitely has given me. That is the love of God, to love
Yes.
everybody unconditionally. And until you sit down and are able to talk about the sacrifices, because you just never know what's going through another person. And some people aren't willing to make the sacrifices to make it work.
Mhm.
But
Say that again.
some people aren't willing to make the sacrifices to make it work.
There you
Because people come to me and they like, well, I want it like this, or I want a relationship like that. And and I had
So you
my
have to
wants
come and
too,
work together.
right. But you gotta
Exactly.
come together and take down them barriers one by one. It's a work in progress.
Yes.
It's a one day at a time thing, but the love of the child has to run deeper.
Yes.
And I think that we celebrated Christmas together this year, and the child sees that,
Yes.
and they are absolutely elated.
Yes.
I mean, I see a difference, in my daughter, the way that we're able to all come together. She's absolutely amazing, and I just feel so free. It's
Mhm.
a freeing thing when you can love and love openly with no barriers.
Yes.
Let me ask you this: what were some of the most challenges you faced, and then what were some of the promises that God promised you through that relationship?
He promised me that he always said that I would have a son. I do remember God telling me, you're going to have a child. It's going to be a boy. And I remember, through dreams, of course,
Yes.
sporadically, and I'm going to have a son. So that's all I had, was the vision and the promise to hold on to. In spite of the miscarriages or ectopic pregnancies that were coming all along. And then, with your husband or significant other, you're taking care of other people's children who you may feel may not appreciate as much as you're giving out. So that was definitely, a challenge for me. And anything starting out, you just have to see it from the other person's perspective.
Mhm.
So that was definitely challenging. Communication was challenging, because it's always often hard to get somebody to understand how you feel. This is how I feel, but it might not be how the other person feels. And as women and as mothers, wives, our role and our goal is to be helpmeets to our husbands.
That's right.
So when you're not fulfilling that purpose and when you're not fulfilling that role, it's a very isolated,
Stagnant.
stagnant
Fine.
place, right? So, sometimes, and then it's like, I mean, not to get on, talk about the husbands, but it has helped me because it has helped me because knowing the way in which I need to help and aid my husband as not
Mhm.
necessarily the biological mother, but a mother and his
Mhm.
wife, that was indeed a challenge I'm thankful that we were able to
So
overcome.
you said both parties have a role to play.
Oh, yeah.
And if you learn your role and the husband learn his role, then
That's
you
the
line up
key.
with the word of God.
Things will be jazz.
That's
Everybody
the
be on the
key.
word, be on one accord.
Yeah.
That's the key.
But it's a
Every,
role.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a role, and you have to stay in your lane.
Yes.
And that's another place where the sacrifice comes in because it's and it's important to have God in the mix. I'm sorry, he has to be in the middle of everything. And it's
Mhm.
sometimes I don't understand why I'm doing all that I'm doing. Sometimes it makes you think your flesh might tell you, girl, don't be doing it. You ain't gotta have, don't be doing this. But I believe that you have to position and prepare yourself for what's to come. God knows before we know. He
Mhm.
sees before we see. He's already in my future.
Right.
So if I trust, if I will be obedient to the process I'm in right now, those things will all fall in place. I don't have
Exactly.
to know. I
Mhm.
just know that He's gonna work it out.
Speaking of God, man, you got saved at an early age.
Yes.
And you got ordained at 14 with
Yes,
your son.
yes, my
Let's
first
talk about
sermon.
that.
Putting on the whole armor of God.
Yes,
I did
ma'am.
not know. I thought I was going in to actually preach something else. And it was my first time. I was young, of course. And but I always knew whatever God was going to do with me, He was going to do it in my mouth, right? I
Mhm.
knew I was very gifted in this area. Whenever I would open it, it would be things, and the enemy has always tried to close my mouth. Um, so when I got up there, I always hear God say, "Do you trust me?" Is that still my voice? So whatever happens after, even in this moment, whatever happens after me and him had that little dialogue, whenever I don't hear that moment of, "Do you trust me?" Okay, then I'm fine. But it was absolutely amazing. It was a youth service, and since then I've been doing a lot. I'm in the process of actually answering the call again, which is indeed my destiny. Me and my husband are actually getting ready to launch out on a ministry called Liberty Outreach Center. I'm in seminary right now, working on a second master's degree. I mean, coming from a person who has been through a whole
Where did
lot.
you get your first one at?
All right.
Where did you get
Well,
your first one?
I got my first one right here in Baltimore. I'm a Coppin alum, Eagles all the way.
Okay.
So I got my bachelor's degree in social science at Coppin State University.
Okay.
My first master's is in human services administration
Mhm.
with a concentration in healthcare at Coppin State. What was between Coppin and UD. And now I'm working on my seminary degree at Palmer Theological Seminary, which is actually in PA.
Wow.
Moms never sleep. You know
No,
that,
we
right?
don't.
Yeah, moms never
I
sleep.
learned that. I thought I knew. And I used to have this saying: my kids came walking and talking. Right? I was thankful. Right? But now I know what it really means to stay up at night. He's 7 months. Stay up at night, make bottles. So I'm thankful for my husband because he's like my right hand, my back hand, my side hand, everything.
And on that note, we'll be right back on the Jackie Griffin Show. Welcome back to the Jackie Griffin Show. We're getting ready to wrap up the show, and we're so glad that you came. Well, not wrap up the show, but wrap up your portion of the show. And we're so glad that you were here with us today. You enlightened our audience,
Yes.
and you're really on fire for God, and you're going to do great things. I just see it. I know you're already doing it, but just keep doing what you're doing, and don't let anybody shut your mouth.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So if you could look into the camera and give our viewing audience all of your information so they can get in contact with you, social media, if they want to donate to what you're doing or just be a part of what you're doing, and then speak your heart.
Okay, indeed. All right, you can reach Jewell Veronica. You can reach for women only at www.f-w-o.org. You want to reach us also at www.fwotalkradio.org. We have a wonderful talk show every Monday night, 7 p.m. at the wpbgospel.com radio show. So you want to tune in there also. You can reach me by email, jewelveronica at f-w-o.org as well. You go onto our website, you see a bunch of information. Jewell Veronica on Facebook for women only _Baltimore on Twitter and Instagram. And I just want to say that see your opportunities through your oppositions. It is indeed a trusting God process through everything in your life. The go through and the process is inevitable, but it's knowing that with God, all things are possible. So don't count yourself out, because I didn't. I ain't count you out.
Count yourself
Count yourself in. Yes, I love it. So I want you to stay beautiful. I want you to love on yourself a lot more. Women, you are wonderful mothers. You are powerful. You're absolutely amazing. I'm speaking to everybody in the atmosphere to foster that good, positive working relationship. Mothers, we have to have each other's back in this thing. So, do what you can for somebody. Do something special. Do something amazing. Do something mighty. Do something powerful today. But do it in the name of love and in the name of God. I love you. God loves you best.
And as John Q would say,
Yeah. Do something, right?
Woo!
It was a
what's
blessing.
in
Thanks.
the future for you?
Well,
What's next?
like I said, me and my husband, I always say my next move is my best move, and that's because I know who's holding my hand. So indeed, look out for Liberty Outreach Center is indeed coming soon, very, very soon. God has been birthing this thing in me for the past 3 years, and it's time for me to have this baby.
pushing it?
And we pushing it out, me and my husband, TJ Allen. So look out for us. We're doing major and more mighty things within FWO for women only. A lot of mentorship programs coming up. Little Miss FWOs coming up for the little ladies. We're just doing great things. Well, God is doing great things, and He's doing it through us.
And you gave your husband a shot. What about Big D? If it wasn't for the deacon, you would
Oh, Big D, gotta give it up. Gotta, shout it out. Gotta give it up for the Big D. And I want to appreciate you so much. Hasn't he been amazing? Miss Janet,
Yes,
what you
yes,
think?
yes,
He's been
yes.
amazing. He's
Awesome.
been holding you
Awesome,
down.
awesome, awesome.
Your dad.
The deacon, my dad. Oh, my dad, yes. My dad is a deacon, and I want to give it a shout out to him. I want to give a shout out to my mom. I want to give a shout out to the ladies, the FWO, my family, my friends. Jeremiah, TJ Jeremiah. He said his name would be Jeremiah. He's 7 months today. So the miracle child was born. He was promised. My daughter Tajay, her mother, Giovanni, everybody. That's my family. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful for the opportunity.
You know, in my spirit, I know that God has a lot more in store for you because he tested you, and He saw that He could trust you with that belonged to someone else. That's why He blessed you with your own.
Now you taking me
Thank
Kodak
you.
moment.
Don't make me cry now.
Kodak moment.
Keep doing what you're doing because He trusts you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back on the Jackie Griffin Show.